Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like those heathen. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone, coming at you another lesson in truth. And it's going to be some random video shorts and just a scripture or two, a couple scriptures to each video. And on different topics, but topics that are all relevant to what's going on today. And the most important one being that, we're in the last days, when the third world war, the pandemics, the planned demics, and then of course, the MOTB, and all those things about to happen, but it's just still so much folly going on. So this is a video thread share with my beloved Abiyah, and I've been sitting on this list, this communication going back and forth, and I was like, you know what, I got all these videos, I need to do something with them. So I have a ton of them, but first, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh well. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones, 6 of them that I'm gonna touch on right now. But like I said, random topics, but all relevant in the spirit. So the first one is this one. And the reason this screen, I'm using this couple with their synergy, with their, with the way that this couple is together. She's very, he has his wife is pretty much in order. Now, he could have had her work out in something different. But the way that she speaks about him, the way she follows him, when you listen to the little shorts, these videos are very uplifting, because she plays her role and she's really truly trying to be a partner to a husband. All right, and they do, they work out and they do everything together, and they I don't think they started their family yet. They're a young couple, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be. When you listen to the order, she knows her place. She doesn't, she talks about how he's her king, and and how she allows him to be the man and her to play the role as a woman. A lot of women should need to take heed to that. So that's the reason why that's playing in the background. But we're gonna start with this video right here by this was put up by McDosh 144. But here we go. Breaking news.
Breaking news! Okay, so we are getting reports that NATO is currently attacking the Russian Black Sea Fleet. This is, of course, off the coast of Ukraine. There's reports that NATO has even sunk a large Russian ship, something around 100 meters long, near Yeysk. Yeysk, okay? Obviously, this is troubling for a multitude of reasons. Not least of which is the fact that there's going to be Russian warships in Cuba by tomorrow or early next week. There's probably already a few Russian subs off the coast of Florida. Oh, sorry, nuclear subs. Nuclear? Who gives a fuck at this point? We're all gonna die! Allegedly. Breaking news!
So he says we're all gonna die. Well, actually, the elect is going to live here in Babylon. And we know with that whole thing in Cuba, you got to remember there was something called, I think it was called the UB-40. There was a submarine that right here in Chicago. There was a German U-boat that got caught in Lake Michigan, and it's set in the Museum of Science and Industry. majority of my life. When I was a child, that thing was there. I grew up near the museum. You know, that was my regular hangout as a kid. I lived right there. And that UB-40 was a German spy sub or whatever that they caught, um, in Lake Michigan. So that means the Germans were able to penetrate, come all the way through the channels of the lakes and make it all the way to Lake Michigan before being detected. All right, and they finally removed that sub. I think in the early 2000s, or the sub is not there anymore. But the point being that war is coming, but this time it's gonna be, with a fire not blown. And just as they're about to fill their belly, all this oppression that they got planned. So just keep in mind, no matter what we go through, we've already got the victory because Esau is not going to win. Esau has already lost, but the prophecy has to be fulfilled. So this is Job 20 and 23. Job 20th chapter is one of my favorite chapters. I'm going to start at verse 23, and it says, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it down upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the belly, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of the gall. Terrors are upon him. And that's what he was talking about. Those nuclear subs, those arrows that fly from one end of the earth to the other. All right, it says, all darkness shall be hid in the secret places, and a fire not blown shall consume him, and it shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And you're seeing that now. The internet is revealing the wickedness of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the earth really is rising up against him. It truly is. All right, because I probably got about 50 videos in this damn phone that I could go into, and probably about 10 or 15 of them are of Edomites, complaining about ungodly fathers and how they know that this is retribution coming back to them. All right, so let's go on to the next video. Which is this one, this masculine energy on this heifer right here.
Why did I come from a man?
Yes.
That's an ideology. That's not a fact.
Okay.
That's not a fact.
Let's go back to it.
I came from a woman. We all come out the womb of a woman.
I guess what he's trying to say is, like, it takes a seed to make
a sperm cell.
Yeah.
Does that sperm cell matriculate on its own? Who makes the decision for people to be birthed on the planet? Who? Is it the womb or is it the sperm? Can you terminate the sperm? Who do you have to convince to give birth? That's a scientific thing. You can take sperm from a sperm bank and never see a guy again. Who is the first teacher of the child? It is the woman, right? When you look into nature, who are the animals following? Are they following the male or are they following the mother? They're following the mother, right? We all come from a woman. Why did I come from a man?
Yeah.
That was very difficult to even those few seconds to sit through. The retardation of her speech, the ignorance. All right? Because basically she's saying since you can terminate a sperm cell, then a woman gives life because she allows that life to be in her. To a certain extent, that's true because, it is a fact. This is a fact that the most dangerous place for so-called Negroes in the womb of his mother. All right, because these sexy red weed smoking, promiscuous sex having, drug doing, or on their way to the clinic, and not just to say it's only the so-called black woman, but she definitely is the leader of the pack when it comes to that sort of thing. All right, her numbers are pretty high, but to negate her ignorance, we're gonna go to the most simplest scripture. Let's let the word speak, which is Numbers 1 and 18. And there's a lot that I can get, but that's the milk one. It makes it very plain. All right. And it says, and they assembled all the congregation, Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the houses of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So it doesn't matter what was going on, because I hear all the stupid arguments. What matters is that's the fact, how they determine your nationality. That's how the fact they determine your heritage is through the seed of your father. The seed is the life. The seed is the bloodline. Hence that old term, the family jewels. All right, your family, your daughters doesn't carry the jewels. Your sons do. All right, your bloodline is continued through your sons, through men, not through women. Women carry whatever seed is put in them. All right, that seed that is put in them, when that child comes forth out of them, that child is of that bloodline of that seed that went into them. And if that bloodline happens to be one that's different from yours, another race, then your child is not your people. It's your child, but not your people. And that is plain. All right? This is Job. It's for that old masculine thing that was speaking. Job 39:17, because she reminded me of that character that Damon Wayans used to play on In Living Color, using words, misusing words, and I know what the hell she's talking about. This is Job 39:17, and it reads, because God have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted her with understanding. Right? What is a sperm cell? Bitch, you came from a sperm cell. Your father put you into your mother. Right? And you are of his. That's why you have, well, you're supposed to, because these women, but normally a child carries their father's name. When a woman gets married, like this couple on the screen, she's carrying his name. She's not carrying, because once the scripture says, when a man getteth a wife, he beginneth a possession. Right? That's why when a woman leaves, her father leaves a house and marries a man, she takes on his name, because you don't have your father's name anymore, because you're no longer his property. You're the property of your husband. You're his possession now. But like we always say, that everybody's a scripture. Salaki, everyone's a Christian until the scriptures come out. As soon as the scriptures come out, they now all of a sudden they got a problem with what they thought they believed in. But this is 1 Corinthians 14. We'll go to the next video. 33 and through 35, and it reads, but God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints. And you clearly would get no peace with that woman that was just speaking. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. As a matter of fact, I just saw a notice where the Baptist Church was going to strip all women of their pastors. They were going to make women not pastors anymore. Why? Because the scriptures come out. And who's the one who pushed that to where that's now going to, because everybody's saying they're a Christian, but you can't justify a female pastor, deacon, or whatever, anything like that. Not if you're actually going into the Bible. And that vibration came because of the Hebrew Israelites that they love to hate so much, because it was only the Hebrew Israelites who were reading and bringing out those scriptures. Female pastors been the pastors of the churches for a long time. Joyce Meyer became a millionaire. What's the one with the great big old breast? Paula White became a millionaire being a pastor. And they just skipped right over those scriptures. That a woman cannot teach or shall not teach, or in the church, not to be usurp the authority over man. They just ignored that. All right, verse 35. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. So finally, they're starting to get that part. All right, so let's go back to the next video in our thread. This one, and this was very disturbing, but here we go. Slovakia. Oh, lost my sound.
Durant. Tell me if this isn't too much of a coincidence. Vinegar is not supposed to rot. One of our most beloved apple cider vinegar brands,
Bragg's, that a lot of you use as a health food, was bought out by some celebrities, as you probably already know, including Katy Perry and her husband and a group of others. Apparently there were some tech billionaires involved also. Apple cider vinegar is now going viral on social media because people are finding tons and tons of worms growing in the vinegar.
Yep.
Worms, which are typically a sign of a food that has gone rotten. Meanwhile, vinegar doesn't rot. What happened to Bragg's apple cider vinegar after it got bought out by these celebrities, and what are all these social media videos about? Tell me if this isn't
because
too much of a coincidence.
what I saw with my own eyes, is I threw some out about a couple months back. All right, we got a simple scripture for that one. There's really nothing we can do about it except be wise and try to avoid, as much as you can. But they hide things, so even when you are aware of it, they put ingredients in food and they don't even list it. So that's why it's important to pray. Over your food. Always pray. But this is Exodus 4 and 13, and it reads, hold on, it's not 4 and 13. Salakia. Definitely in Exodus. Oh yeah, it is. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread defiled among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. This is as plain as that. That's part of the curse is part of our punishment. All right? But then we would eat our bread defiled. And it's really nothing we can do about it because this devil is in control. All right. So the next one in the thread. Okay, and this man is talking about the colon cleanse. So let's let this one play. Why does the sound keep going down? I know it didn't.
To get well. I don't care how elaborate that it is, the practice is. I don't care how much money it costs. If you don't clean the colon, you cannot get well. Did you know obesity is storing your own waste? When that waste gets loose into the bloodstream circulates the body 9 times a minute. And it drops that waste in every cell in the body. This is the reason for eyeglasses. This is the reason for headaches. This is the reason for hearing loss. This is the reason for your hair falling out, is because the colon waste is in the bloodstream. If you awaken to that and start to clean the waste out of the colon, not the bloodstream, out of the colon, clean the waste out of the colon, it will stop leaking into the bloodstream, and then you can get on with some serious business of cleaning up the bloodstream. But the first thing you must do is cleanse the colon. Let me tell you something.
So that's the point. Because the apostles and the elders are have often talked about cleansing, but even when you're cleansing, that first you just have to fast and pray. That's how it begins. One of the best ways to cleanse yourself is to actually fast. All right. And, you maybe if you start trying to fast once a week, I know that's kind of rough for some people. I mean, I'm used to doing it. The Wadi Halbashim I was shy. Observing the Day of Atonement actually helped, with that. And then also intermittent fasting. All right. So, so try to fast, if you can't do it, once a week, just try to start with like maybe once a month. All right. So, and then add an intermittent fasting, and it'll help get rid of a lot of your ailments. All right. And of course, watching your diets and and that sort of thing. But first, fasting and praying. They got Bibles where they actually remove that scripture. But let's grab it. It's in Matthew. They definitely don't want. That's why I believe, as a lot of people believe, that they killed Dr. Sebi. And it's funny now that he's gone. A lot of things that he was teaching, they're starting to try to capitalize on, because you see commercials with Esau mentioning Dr. Sebi and some of his remedies and that whole sort of thing. That's what Esau does. All right. That's what Esau does. And what made me even, think about this video, I was watching a video with Terrence Howard, and how that virtual reality thing that they're making billions up and trillions, it's a $1 trillion industry. That was actually something that he invented way back in, I believe, 2006 or something like that. The actor Terrence Howard. You can see his name on the patent, and yet he hasn't gotten a penny from it. And they've made billions, multi-billions of dollars off of this stuff. But anyway, let's go back to Matthew. This is Matthew 17. And I'm going to start at 19. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could we not cast them out? Because they tried to cast out some devils, all right? And it says, and Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. And yes, a lot of the newer versions of the Bible, they have removed this scripture, because that's very important. The first part of healing is the prayer and fasting. All right. And to remove, and because a lot of times too, certain foods and things have a vibration on them, and it's, that sugar demon. And we really say that because it's true. The salt demon, and these things will make you sick. And so, and it's someone who's trying to stop smoking, or someone who's addicted to alcohol, fasting and praying will help. All right. And Esau knew that, and he removed that scripture from a lot of the newer versions of the Bible. So let's go to the last video in our feed. These are videos that we share back and forth. And this one, what's her name? Sophia Laws. Now, my first person, when I was new to Instagram and really didn't know it's social media, because that was the first real social media I ever went on. No, actually TikTok was. TikTok. And, not understanding, a lot about it. But she was the first one that I seen. And this is a new trend now. The women are getting in sports bras and doing this. Now this Sophia Laws, when I first saw her, she goes by the name Bianca. So now all of a sudden she's Sophia Laws. All right. Now I'm a man, and I don't know what man don't like, a woman with hips and butt and some breasts. All right. A normal man, because right. So because you got your Bruce Jenters out there, but this is definitely not modest apparel. Right? And you have to ask yourself, would you really want a woman like that? Well, most men will say yes, but would you really want a woman who's going to put herself out there like that? I personally would not. Not when, because that's demonstrating promiscuous behavior and attention that I would never be able to match. All right. That one little short clip will probably have millions and millions of hits before it's over. And I will never be, I don't care how well I treat her and how, how good I put it on her. I could be, be the daddy long stroke, daddy short stroke. It don't matter. You will never be able to, match the endorphins, the rush that she gets from the millions of, simp pansies out there, them bathwater drinking type cats, and they're out there. All right, them I don't care if you got a man, can I be your friend type guys, that adulterous, promiscuous vibration that's in here in Babylon. But this is 1 Timothy 2 and 9, and it reads, in like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Right? but which becometh a woman professing godliness with good works. Well, then it says again, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp the authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was formed, then Eve. All right. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. All right. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. So that's only if you continue in those things that you're supposed to do. All right. Those godly things. Not jumping around showing off the girl. So with that, all praises going, honor be unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Hakwadash, Kwam Yasharala, Abba Babal.